So this is Mylo, and I'm going to show you how to become a sample-based producer using Serato Studio and Serato SLAB. Just kind of like my thought process, my philosophy on sampling, my approach. And it's going to be like going in depth about it. I'm not going to give you like a short snippet because usually I like to just demonstrate and let you go ahead and do what you want to do with it. But this time I'm actually going to just explain exactly the thought process, the references, all those type of things. So no further ado, we can get straight into it, honestly, because I'm right here already loaded up. I have a sample I picked for today too. But a part of this is for like beginners, bro. This is for people who, again, I was waiting for everyone to get their slabs and we're gonna get to the nitty gritty, but I realized a lot of people is their first time really going deep into the sampling and using the DAW as well, sampling. So I just thought, why not show you what to do and how to do it. And one part of that, to be truthful, is that I would tell you to start with drums, bro. Like, if you a producer and you're a beginner at sampling, start with drums. Starting with the sample is for people who've been doing it for a while. Like, I've been sampling personally over 15 years. And yeah, I'm not like saying I'm the master of sampling or nothing, but I'm just saying, if you are a newcomer to this art form, having drums is really good in terms of you having a structure and having like a groove that you're trying to fit into. You got to remember, from a historical standpoint, what hip hop is. Technically, it would be two turntables, right? And you would basically be beat juggling or, looping a time signature or like a certain area, a certain loop. 4 bars, boom. 4 bars, dun, 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 right? And it's the same thing, right? I guess it got more advanced as people start saying, oh, you know what? I got a break on this side. I got a melody on this side. You start mixing. And so you can approach producing the same way, especially if you are a sample-based producer or becoming a sample-based producer. So that's something else we'll talk about, like approaching it more so like somebody who is DJing, as opposed to, you're trying to create something 100% from scratch, right? So like in this situation, just to keep it back to the basics, I'll pick a break and we'll chop a break up, which also is a part of the sampling process. We're going to chop some breaks, chop some samples, make a beat. You know what I'm saying? Just like the raw bare bones of. This is a classic one, you know what I mean? The Get Out My Life Woman break. We can check that. And sometimes Serato will chop it perfectly already, sometimes not. I mean, like, some of it is on, some of it is off. But like in this sense, in Serato, that's the point of having it. I won't even mess with it too much, but I'm gonna slow down the BPM. Probably, like 80 to 90 is a sweet spot for boom bap. And also check the trigger mode too, because I can. Right, I'm not trying to overcomplicate it, but I'm gonna show you, like, this is the bare bones, right? Another thing you can to know is that, and I will be using my mouse for this so I can demonstrate things and like point in a certain way, but like up here with Serato, if I was to take the BPM sync off, you retain more of the original sound. It's less warped, right? Same thing with up here. You see right here, the key, I can also do the same thing and turn that off, where now it's more sounding like the native sound that it had, right? And let's keep going. So something else I can do with the sound design aspect is messing with the attack and the release, even while having where it triggers like this. because you also might want to just have like a cleaner sound, you know what I'm saying? Like a cleaner chop. I like the right. I like having all that sound, but you might not want that. You might want something cleaner. So what I would do is select all. Well, first off, shift encoder mode to go from to pad parameters, and then after that, I'm going to select all to select all the pads, right? And then right here, if you click it, it goes multi-release. Now this is right here. You see it says release. Now that is important for you to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't understand the difference between attack and release, that's a whole nother like video you should go to figure that out. But in this case, as I mess with the attack, I mean the release, let me go back so you can see what I'm doing. Right? It's the same break, but now because of how I've used this section, I can. But maybe even like for this kick, I want more sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kind of like that, so I might lay that. Hold on, let me fix this quantize for you. Over here is your quantize button, and next to that you have an arrow. You drop that down, you can change how it's quantizing the groove. Right? And then something you can do, again, the point of sampling is there's textures and there's sounds that were present in that live recording. And as it has traveled through the internet and vinyl and whatever else to get to you, it has a unique sound. So like this snare is different from this snare, right? And so something we can do, this is something people keep asking. How am I editing my chops with this? So on the slab, I'm gonna show you this. Let me, you guys see this up close because I think people are missing it. I don't know how, but I'm gonna go through real quick. So when you're in the slab, and I go dial mode, strong scrub, library, deck scrub, slice edit. When you hit slice edit, now I can see I'm moving a knob to choose where that edit is, that the chop is at. So I still like it right there though. So right. So now I have another snare. So look, so now what I can do is, now that I'm here, like this last snare, if I want to delete it, right, I can lay it down. I can lay this different snare down. Now I got two snares, right? Right? And now again, why? Having a groove locked in makes it easier for you to now pick how you want to make a beat, like choose a melody that fits and all these type of things. And so now we're going to get into this next part. Now this is for people who do not know how to chop melodies. You struggle with chopping melodies. You either feel like, damn, I need more music theory, or you think, damn, I don't get how to chop the sample. I'd rather go learn music theory or build from scratch. This is for you now. Now, the basis of sampling is counting. If you can count, you should be able to sample. And I say that in the sense that I think a lot of people think they can sample because they sample, when a lot of times the music sounds like sample slop. Like it just be like just a lot going on, too much going on. You can't even figure what the vibe is because it's not a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mush of a lot of these chops of songs, versus like when you hear somebody like J Dilla or Mylo or DBIC, the reason why it makes sense is because they don't need to use the entire song to create a melody, create a breakdown, a bridge, or blah, blah, blah. Like it takes actually going into the process of the beat and thinking about it musically and thinking about it mathematically to place it in the grid that you have set, right? So like depending on how loose I did those drums, it's going to determine like how loose I need my sample to be and things of that nature. Like you hear the drums are very on grid right now, very acoustic. So that already gives me a sense of so that's another trick. Like sometimes you gotta hum out the melodies and the sounds, even if the sample don't fit that, but like I have a sense of musically where I'm trying to go, as opposed to like 100% it being random. So let's demonstrate, and ideally I can make multiple types of beats with this sample to prove my sampling example, and why counting is important. So let's go into the sample, for example. So I'm gonna pull up Serato Studio for you one more time. So let's look at it like this. So I'm going deck select and I'm here with it. So again, I did choose the sample already, but the chops are not final. I didn't make these chops, right? So there's multiple techniques. We can go from easy to hard. Easy is counting to 4. Everyone, all you need to do is count to 4. If you can count to 4, you should be able to make a pretty good sample beat. And I'm gonna explain to you why as we listen to the sample. But look, this is what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna turn off the deck BPM sync because I want to hear it at its natural BPM. And now let's think about the sample in the context of counting. So I'm gonna count. It might be a little annoying, but I'm gonna count over the beat for a little bit and then I'll let you count in your head. 1. Let's see, what's the one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's a chop right there. 1, It's that simple, right? So what most people do is they hear that and they do choose that first part. Like it's just the first part of the song. You didn't listen to the song. You just picked the first part, right? You can do that. You can also listen to the whole thing, and you can like jump around and listen to it. Another technique, again, masterclass level, is, and this is something you would do more even if you were kind of like making a beat from scratch, meaning vinyl, MPC, even just vinyl with this setup. Something I would do is line up the drums. So like I say, I unsynced it, but let's put that sync back on, for example. Now deck BPM is now synced to the beat. So now this, according to the technology in Serato, should be synced when I press this one. And the way I have it, I'm gonna fix my trigger mode. You see over here, switch modes, right? And it should be aligned.
Fall in love with the sunshine.
Now you get it. Like you hear it. It sounds dope already. I didn't do anything. And this is the point where curation and you choosing and you being creative matters. Because again, let's just do the simple 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see why it works no matter what.
Falling in love with sunshine. Waste the time looking around, cause no one else would do. Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you.
Right? That's 8 chops right there. So like right now, I have my 8 chops.
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. My heart's
Right? And let's clean it up, right? Because y'all also struggle with being able to line it up. So let me show you, because I just chopped it in and I'm just playing it, right? But if you were to actually try to line it up, again, using that slice edit button, or you can do it manually if you want to do it manually, but I can go.
falling in love with sunshine, shine, love with sunshine. It's like being love with my falling in love,
Right? So
falling in love with sunshine. Falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with being in love with
my fault. Hold up. I'm gonna duplicate this. Scene size. Boom. Now we're gonna
falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you.
right.
My falling in
And like so at this point you can do something like come over here to tempo. You can select all. You can go down, say it's too fast,
falling in love with sunshine. It's like being
or maybe it's too slow. Where you go?
falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you.
So like this one,
It's like
I'm gonna fix this with slice edit.
falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine. My falling in love with falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling
So like the trick to chopping this up right, and this is another thing. Like people say, you know, the drums and all that. You can use the drums as a structure if you're doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 method, because that's how I'm looking at it. Like I need that snare, or at least a feeling of it. You see the, and you see that the colors match, because the tonality of the chop is matching. Yeah, orange. I got the greens, but it's 2 different parts of the song, you know. So like stuff like that is how you got to look at it. Because now I got this right.
in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine.
All right, let's keep going. Next level. So let's go shift pad EQ. We're gonna shift that to pad parameters again. We're gonna do that select all, and now I'm gonna mess with the attack instead of messing with the release, because I want the release how it is right now, but the attack is coming into boom, boom, boom. So
Falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine.
and that's just getting the loop going. Because right now, I'm already thinking, I actually kind of want to slow the beat down already.
Falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with you. My falling in love with sunshine.
And again, I'm still counting in my head. So what I'm going to do with that 1, 2, 3, 4, now we have that regular loop. I'll delete this, right? I duplicated it, and I'm going to delete the loop. And what you can do with the count, you can look at it like a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Falling in love with sunshine. It's like being in love with
But you can look at it as two different signatures in loop one. So let me show you. Like, I'm gonna loop this being in love with you. Cause you gotta think like, you know, college dropout, late registration, the baby beat, you know, Mylo J Dilla. Like, sometimes you gotta use the sample to tell the story. So maybe, you know, like falling in love with sunshine, cool, right? That's tight. But the sound and the feeling of the being in love with you might tell the story better, or might continue the story for the MC, right? So
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Being in love with you. Being in love with you. Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Being in love with you. Being in love with you. Falling in love with sunshine.
now you see that now a 4-bar, right? And I can duplicate that again and do another variation if I want to, right? But that's like the type of approach you got to think about with the counting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? So think about it that way. You know what I'm saying? And you might, and then you can see, look, the top.
In love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Being in love with you. Being in love with you.
Right? So now let's go to another level of it. I'm gonna just copy the scene over, and let's do something like, I'm gonna slow the beat down and I'm gonna add more drums to the basses, right? I'm gonna delete what we have for this chop in terms of the pattern. I'll keep the chop for now because maybe I'll use it, but I'll add some more chops for sure. So let's go back into this now. Now we still have a special technique with sampling too, is that if you chop breaks up, you can still layer drums on it, right? So it's not like, okay, we got a break, that's it. But why not? We can, right? If I want to go in this direction, I'm gonna load up some drums real quick. Right? And add this one, all right? Right? And this is still the same drums, right? But look. And again, this is why I'm calling this a masterclass in sampling, because you got to look at it in different ways. You know what I mean? You can look at it as a starter. Well, however you're looking at it, bro. It's just that if you're a beginner, again, I just am just emphasizing, please start with drums so you're not overthinking it. All right, so now I have drums. I just added some stuff, slowed it down. I'm going back to the exact same sample that we have, and let's even use the same chops. Why not? Because you gotta think in a practical way. If you're not a person who wants to use, let me talk to you. Hold on, wait. Listen to me. If you're not a person who wants to use, you know, AI samples made by another person, and you still just want to sample music you find interesting and listen to, this is the way to do it. And I say that only because you need to be able to, you can use this approach for everything, right? That's one side. Then the flip side of it too is you really don't want to be using these big chunks of songs. Cause, let's say somebody big does get on your beat and drop it and it comes out and then they're like, bro, you use so much of our song, we're gonna take all the publishing rights. Of course you don't want to think that way when you're making a beat, but this is the practicality of like being able to use small chunks. Even this is kind of considered a big chunk, you know what I mean? But I can make it smaller, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. So like for example,
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. My heart
so I have that.
is crazy.
One, I can mess with the trigger mode and I can approach the sounds more like notes than full chunks of bars,
With shine.
I'm gonna lay that down real quick. Like now you see what I did there, right? And I can keep going, right? Right? And then like you can do something like that and go back to those drums, and now we can filter it, right? With this with the knob. Now like this could be two different beats or this could be two sections of the same beat, right? But the point is, this is the different ways of approaching samples. These are the same 8 chops, you know what I'm saying? Sounding totally different though, right? Almost a different genre too, right? So you see what I mean? Like, again, it's two different ways to approach damn near the same thing. I mean, literally the same thing, literally the same chops. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you can count to 8, let's not even say you count to 16, because we even do 16 chops. So for this next technique, what I am going to do real quick is favorite all these, because I don't want to lose these chops since they have proven to be great.
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. My heart sounds
Okay. So what it means on Serato when you do this, the favorite stuff, basically when you do find samples, it won't delete or remove them, right? And that is so essential if you use that. Because I'm using it right now, for example. Let me go back so you can see. I'm gonna point out what I'm doing. So all these down here I'm keeping. I'm gonna do a new scene, right? A third level of chopping, which is even different than doing find samples. I'm gonna do find random using this button over here. You see this find samples on the arrow, you can click find random. So I click that. Now these four are here, it's random. So let's imagine I didn't chop up these four at the bottom and I had made these drums and I have just four random samples and see like how we put that together. So let's see what we have for the first.
And I can see that the sky on a bit.
Oh, I like that.
We meet each other to be my home. We meet each other. We meet each other.
So like it's very rare with the find random that it will be so on beat like that. It's like something like this. I'm gonna keep this, but I chopped that backwards. But if you can see on my pads, let me put it back on me so you can see me what I'm doing on pads. With these pads, and these two I don't need. I'm gonna do find samples one more time.
I want you to be my good. I want you to be my
I like that.
my good. I want you to be. I want you. I want you. I want you good. I want you. I want you. I want you to be good. I want with love. I love you. I love you.
So for this, a method like this, again, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slow it down again, cause sometimes with the slow beats, be hard to, it'd be easier to find a bounce. You know what I mean?
I love you. I want you. I want you.
So this type of method, you can approach the sample like a key, right? So if I go piano mode right here, I can go from. So I'm hearing something, right? So let's say I don't want to keep what I had for the bases of those drums, and I'm gonna change this a little bit. Let's see like.
I love.
Well, yeah, I can do it just like that. Let me just simple.
I love. I love.
Now you see what I did there? It was very simple. I just went up one note.
I love.
It's playing key, so the next note on the scale, but again. Right, I can keep going, but you gotta understand, everything we do is a form of sampling, so you gotta look at it like any other form of music. You know, some people have the idea where they sample whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what it is, TV, friends, new song, old song. And then some people look at it more hard than that. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm kind of in between. Some people consider me more of a purist in the sense of how I approach it and how I do it, you know. The fact that I don't use like AI samples and stuff. I just like finding songs that I like, finding something unique to me, and making something out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I still want people to find new music through me. You know what I'm saying? And be able to say, oh man, that was interesting. I kind of want to listen to music in that genre, that realm. Um, and so yeah, man, that's just basically how you do it, bro. In very simple ways. That is the 1, 2, 3 ways to approach it. You know what I'm saying? So to go through it one more time, which the BPMs are going to be off and stuff now, but if I go back, I'm going to go to scene 1. This deck.
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Being in love with you. Being in love with you.
And again, to explain the counting, it's not only counting the samples, it's counting it's like when you write a rhyme, you know what I'm saying? You have A, B, A, B, C, A, B, B, right? This chop, this scene, whatever you want to call, it's basically A, B, 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 right? A, B, 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 right? And that's how you can approach your samples in any chop, right? And then you got this level where if you want to look at an A-B thing, this is like an A-B, it's an A-B-A-C. So A, B, A, C, right? Again, 1, 2, A, B, ABCs are 1, 2, 3s. You know what I'm saying? We're going back to the basics. And then the last one, B, 2 A's and 2 B's.
I love. I love you. I need you.
Being in love with you. Being in love with you.
Right?
Falling in love with sunshine is like being in love with you. Being in love with you. Being in love with you. Sunshine is like sunshine is like being in love with you.
Again, this is just to show you how easy and how simple it is. Once again, masterclass for my people. Peace to y'all. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Keep hitting me. If you got more questions, I'm going to try to do my best. I'll go